Hey there, how you going? So today I want to talk into psychology and my experience with it. So I recently, at the first quarter of 2023, I went to my GP and said, feel like I need to talk to someone. And it was the first time that I've ever been to a psychology session, and I'd been, had some pretty big life transitions in the separation from my my business partner, and then a separation from my wife. And so I knew that there was some big stuff going on, and I was trying to hold it, like I was felt like, oh, I can handle this, I can handle this, I can handle this. You're a meditator, you can handle it. But I went to the GP and I said, listen, I've gone through this, gone through these pretty big things in the last 3 to 6 months. And I feel like I want to give psychology a go. I want to open myself out to it and really feel into what the process is like. And I think I went in with a prejudgment of that they're just going to sit there with a book and, take notes and try to get me to understand my past, and work through whatever past in order to sort of solve potentially some things which I didn't see, and unpack my emotions about it. And so that's what I had in my head that was going to be the process for psychology. And I thought that there was some good things potentially I'll get out of it, but I think I went in with a prejudgment of not having much expectations around it, and maybe that I can sort this shit out myself. So, but my feeling about it is I went for a standard 10 session kind of pack that you can get as a part of a mental wellness thing. And I want to talk about it because I want to normalize it as being, it's healthy to talk to people. And I got to say, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the experience. I felt like I had a lot of value for what I was seeking it for. And so I want to talk into a couple of the concepts that I got out of it. I won't go into the detail, obviously, but some of the big concepts. The first thing is, I think I went into it and laid it on the line. And I think that is a real healthy way to go into it, is knowing that person is a professional, they're being paid for your confidentiality. And so I went in and basically said it all, and probably actually laid it on too thick in terms of my own self-damning account of the story in the past, and was really quite hurtful towards myself in that account. But under the layers of all of that, a lot of good stuff came out of it, and a lot of recognition of even that in itself is, wow, you just laid down your story and you're just damning about yourself. The way, just even that was really interesting. About the way that I talked about myself was an interesting account. So that was really interesting. I really loved walking in there, and I had my notepad and just absolutely unloaded. This is exactly what's going on. Knowing that I didn't know this person, knowing that I would never know them, and that they were there for me, 100% there for me in this hour. And I don't think, I've had people in my life, of course, that have been incredible friends and family that will do that, but there's something different about having a professional with a certain lens talking to you, and you having the safety to just unload your life. There is something very freeing about it. And I enjoyed it every week. Paying a couple of $100 to have someone truly just listen and ask you questions around it with a psychology background. And So yeah, I got a lot out of it. I look forward to it. I look forward to the sessions. I did a lot of crying, a lot of laughing, and it was really, I felt lighter every time I left, which was amazing. And there's, a concept around the shadow self you might have heard around it, which I felt was a big takeaway for me. One of the big takeaways for me was around this notion of the shadow self. It's the part of you that you keep hidden that may not be stuff you want to reveal to everyone. It's the, stuff you're not proud of, the stuff you're shameful of, or stuff that, you don't, that it's a part of you that you push down and you keep back, and you only, so you present only a certain part of the story, but you've got this part back here that that's why it's called a shadow self. And we all have it. But the concept of loving yourself wholly, including the shadow self, was a new concept to me, is to really embrace yourself for the good, the bad, and the ugly, and to love yourself for that, and that you are not perfect, and no human being is, and we all have this as part of our texture and our fiber that sits within us, and we've got to embrace it. We've got to embrace our whole self. And so I found that concept really rewarding, and some of the activities that have come out of that have been to, use your journaling and things like that to stay, I love you wholly. I love you for your good, your bad, for every part of you. So I love, I love you affirmation statements. Another extension of that is to take it from the page and then to look yourself in the mirror and to be able to say the same thing, is that I love you unconditionally for every part of you. And that's tough. That one is tough. No two ways about it. And to do it with open heart and truly lean in and go, I love you wholly is well, for me, I found it incredibly difficult. And that's part of the journey. Is part of the journey. We've got to embrace part of the journey. It's not easy. It's challenging. We're humans, and we suffer, and we have this whole life which is like this. It's an evolution, and we grow and we make mistakes, and we have to love it all. We've got to just embrace it all. And so my end of this is really to say that I felt psychology is a really beneficial thing for anyone at any time. To have a professional sit there and to be totally devoted to you is an amazing thing, and it's an amazing experience to just be able to unload. And I think if you're feeling in any way or shape or form that, I'm not sure what that would look like, or I'm not sure if I should go, or what value would that be for me, I can work it out myself, then I truly encourage you to step forward and to go see your GP and to get some sessions. And there is absolutely no stigma around it. I felt great about it. I felt lighter every time I left. I felt great. So so don't wait for things to go bad. If you feel like things are heading for a real car crash moment, just go now. Just make an appointment, go see your GP, and go. And you're not sick to have psychology. You're not sick. It's just something that we need support on this journey, and it's difficult. So it's absolutely okay to go get help. And whether it's a counselor, or whether it's your mental health provider, or it's a friend or something like that, reach out and take some steps forward. Don't sit back. Don't sit isolated. Take steps forward. So I hope you got something out of this little download around psychology and my experience with it. And look forward to seeing you again.